Yeah, that's us. By the way, if you're 60% annoying, what's the other 40%?
Trying to figure that out?
Just head.
No.
Just one big giant head. King Cabeza, Rich Davis, Steve Covino, Danny G, Iowa Samuel, Jay Stu just hanging out. What up, handsome Jay Stu? Lowenkron's got the updates. Spots on the videos. By the way, we stream now all the time on Fox Sports Radio's YouTube page. So check it out, Fox Sports Radio's YouTube page.
Is Lowenkron in there, or is he sleeping like Shohei during the Yankees-Dodgers game?
I think he's taking a nap like Shohei. Speaking of, hope you had a Dodgers sort of weekend. Not a
Shohei
Yankees
Ohtani.
weekend. Not a Knicks sort of weekend. Hope you had a
Shohei
Pacers
Ohtani.
sort of weekend. Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. We be rocking out.
All right, let's go.
Broadcasting live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. Let Express Employment Pros help. While Express helps people in all industries find work, our sweet spot is logistics roles. And Express never charges job seekers a fee. Go to expresspros.com. And we got an action-packed one for you today. Last one standing, your chance to win a Swiggy. That's the very stressful game that we play on Mondays. Are you the last one standing? If so, you win the stainless steel Swiggy. By the way, you can get one if you come visit us in Vegas later this month.
Yeah, not only stainless steel Swiggies, we're going to load up Big Mike's truck, because Big Mike, who runs this place.
Who?
Mike, the truck?
He's driving with Iowa Sam, which,
Never
by the
heard
way,
of him.
I think should be live streamed for all 4 hours. Those two in a car.
Oh, man.
It's actually been on video for about 25 years. It's called Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
So
That went straight to DVD.
We're in bad country, aren't we?
I think we're gonna load up Mike's truck with old school T-shirts, koozies, bottle openers, like every Covino Rich piece of swag over the years that we just have leftover of.
Yeah, I mean, we also have new
Load
stuff.
it up. Yeah.
We're not just handing out junk, but we're giving away prizes, lots of giveaways, and a live broadcast June 20th, 21st, 22nd. I'm sorry, 20th, 21st, 22nd. We'll see you in Vegas at Circa. This is your invite. But anyway, hope you had a nice weekend. And can I just say, rest in peace, John Brankus.
Yeah.
Lost John Brankus of ESPN Sports Science over the weekend. Always a real nice guy on our show. And if we do have time, we'll pay a little bit of a tribute of some of the things you learned. Either way, I wanted to get that out. He was always a nice dude. Mental health is wealth. Lost his battle with depression at the age of 54, but really always a kind guy and always enjoyed what he did on ESPN.
Well, on today's show, let me give you a little tease, a little taste of what's coming up. We are going to give away prizes with Last One Standing. We're going to talk about those weak-ass bets you've made, or the times in life where you've thrown away money, where you've invested in the dumbest thing, or maybe just said, wait, I just gave money to this guy for what? And it didn't work out. So we'll talk about wasting money. We're going to talk about Livy Dunn. She's calling out all the middle-aged creepers.
I'll say. Sure.
But I have a question to
Like
start
you.
I have a question to start the show with that has nothing to do with Livy Dunn's perfect gymnast body or Josh Allen's wedding or anything.
Perfect gymnast body.
No, you said it that way.
I mean,
Yeah, Rich was one of those creepers in our pre-show meeting.
yeah, just because he was smiling when he said it doesn't make him not a creep.
How
You're
dare
a creep.
you?
Perfect gymnast body.
I'm sorry, what is she, like, not in shape? She not the,
As we
Sports
say,
Illustrated
the
model?
talented gymnast, beautiful gymnast, Livy Dunn.
But what has she been known for over the last week? I don't know, posing for Sports Illustrated and looking all good looking. No?
Yeah, as we were discussing the story about creepers, Rich was showing us pictures on his phone. Look at this one. Look at this one.
Lucky Paul Skeens. Anyway, we'll get to all that, but I do want to start with a question that might sound like a no-brainer. So I'm going to take an element out of it. Because sometimes a hypothetical is too easy because it's like, well, obviously this one for, the financial reason. So I'm taking away money. How about that? Salary taken away.
Okay.
Salary taken away. Currently in 2025, right now, would you rather be a Colorado Rockie or a Savannah Banana?
Right now on 2 de Junio.
Would you rather be
What
a
would you
banana or a Rocky? And I said the caveat, take the salary away because you could say, well, obviously, Rich, you're a Major League Baseball player. With any tenure, you'll make millions, blah, blah, blah. I get it. So take away the millions of dollars. I'm talking about simply the fun, playing ball, what's going on. Would you rather be a Savannah Banana or a Colorado Rocky?
It's a great question because we're coming off the weekend where there was so much buzz out here on the west side, so much buzz, period, for the Savannah Bananas. They played in Anaheim, sold-out crowd. The great Hambino was there. Patrick Renna showed up, and he was calling his shots.
So cool.
The Hambino from, the Sultan of Swat. The great Hambino from The Sandlot.
I'm baking like a toasted cheeser out here.
And there was a lot of pressure on him to at least make contact, and he did, but the crowd went nuts. There's always a sold-out crowd nowadays. They sold out Fenway. They're selling out everywhere. So think about all the buzz and all the fun they're having. Women love them, by the way. Women love the Savannah Bananas. And the Colorado Rockies are 9-50 right now, last in the NL West. You got to factor in how much it sucks to lose.
Can you repeat that record for the people in the cheap seats?
They're 9-50.
Double that up. They're on pace for being 18-100 with like 40 games to go.
They're on an 8-game losing streak.
Third fastest team in MLB history to get to 50 losses.
They're 1-9 in their last 10. So think about how dismal Les Miserables, how frustrating it must be to make it to the big leagues, right? Like, you're one of the few. You're one of the chosen. You made it to the big leagues, and you're playing for this team, where it's almost like bittersweet because you're playing Major League Baseball, but you're the weakest. You're the worst.
I'm a big baseball fan, as
Everyone on that team probably hates each other.
You and I are big baseball fans, but my son, his first year in T-ball, his team is the Rockies. And he's like, Dad, who's on the real Rockies? And I'm like, no one knows, buddy.
Dude, the only thing cool about the Rockies is that their logo is CNR, Covino and Rich.
Yeah. But I got to ask for real, take away the money. Would you rather still be able to say, I'm a big leaguer, I'm on the Rockies, or is there something so cool about being a Savannah Banana right now? And I say that because everywhere they go, they sell out, as Drago's wife said. Oh, I'm sorry, his trainer. Everything he hits, he destroys. Everywhere they go, they sell out. Our buddy Drew Mack in Nashville just hit us up saying, guys, 3 weeks ago, they sold out Titan Stadium, which holds 60,000+ people in minutes.
Incredible.
The Titan Stadium.
We say they're the current day Globetrotters, but I'm not sure the Globetrotters could ever do that. Ever.
This weekend.
Could they? I don't know.
This weekend in Los Angeles, you had the Yankees coming to town. And I'm not saying it was a bigger ticket, but I heard just as many people talking about how, hey, one of the kids went down to Anaheim. The Savannah Bananas were playing where the Angels play. It almost had equal level of chit-chat.
By the way, that's a goofy point, but a true one. It really is. We're out here on the West Coast. I went to the Yankees game yesterday.
A World Series rematch
where the Dodgers just embarrassed the Yankees, but then the Yankees won the last one with Yamamoto on the mound, so that was cool. I was there. It was a beautiful day. And you're right, Rich. There was more buzz about the Savannah Bananas than there was about the Yankees-Dodgers. That's no joke, at least from what I experienced. And what I heard people talking about in my algorithm, and I'm a Yankees fan.
In my algorithm, I saw more people commenting on Patrick Renna, the great Hambino, than Shohei Ohtani sleeping in the dugout.
Well, by the way,
Shohei Ohtani.
Maybe because both Judge and Shohei, well, they put on a show the first two games, but they were both hitless in yesterday's game. So they were like an 0 for 8 combined yesterday or something like that. But either way, we do pose this question. I would even... Well, I don't know. I was pushing it. You think Savannah Bananas could beat the Rockies at this point?
No, that's when people...
I mean, just on spirit alone, maybe they could.
You know what? Maybe on spirit alone. Maybe if they, on stilts with flaming bats, maybe. I don't know, but I think that question sort of goes to, when they say, could Alabama beat the Panthers? And it's like, no, the Panthers or whoever would beat Alabama.
You guys are taking it overboard.
Yeah, but they really stink. You got
just a couple of weekends ago, they beat your Yankees at least once.
They did. It was heartbreaking.
To get their 9th win.
I know. And that feels like forever ago, Danny. That was the last time they won.
You're comparing that. Now it sounds like you're comparing the Rockies to like the Washington Generals.
I know. I'm joking. But the Rockies or the Bananas, my ego gets in the way. If you take money out of it, there's still so much clout and cool in saying that you're a major league big leaguer. Yeah.
Also, you could maybe be the one to help them turn it around.
Yeah, I would have to still pick the Rockies, even though the Savannah Bananas, they really are rock stars.
Let me give you the flip. I was going to say, if you're a Savannah Banana and the people that follow them are starting to really know the guys on the team, like household names, right? If you go to an arena or stadium or ballpark where 50, 60,000 people are watching you, music's playing, they're getting involved, how does that feel versus 8,000 people maybe watching you lackluster performance in Colorado.
Yeah, they're pulling a way bigger crowd, and they're pulling way more women. That's the truth. So if you're a single guy on the prowl,
Did you call me the perv earlier?
I'm
Jeez.
just saying that has to factor into it because you're right. 8,000 show up to see the Rockies. You get 60 how many thousand people to
Right.
watch the Savannah Bananas? And a lot of them are families, but beautiful women. Even my girlfriend's like, I want to see the Savannah Bananas. And I'm like, for what? Why? Who's in your algorithm?
Your Savannah Banana's not good enough.
No, but Danny G, women find these guys
Yeah,
hot
they
and they're
do.
entertaining, they're charming.
They think it's like a fun event
Yeah.
because they're hearing that it's the thing to go do, and they're seeing these reels.
It's a hot ticket.
Yeah, it's the
Yo,
hot ticket.
And it sounds like such BS, but on social media, the popular guys on the Bananas have like millions of followers where
That's
if
what I'm
you're on the
saying.
Rockies, like again, you could be a big baseball fan and maybe name a few guys on that team. It really is
I'm
what
just
it-
giving the Bananas
Yeah.
some ammo because it seems obvious that playing in the big leagues would be the number one answer. Because
No,
that
but I
was
said
everybody's
money.
childhood dream.
I said take the money away.
Yeah, but you can't take away my childhood dream of wanting to play Major League Baseball. And that's why we have to always keep in mind that
Yeah,
You
but
know,
do you
we're
want to be
always-
on? You want to be on the team with the worst record in baseball history?
no, I'm saying people on sports radio, us included, are always talking about these guys who we dreamt of being someday. So always keep that in mind. Like what we say is really coming from a place of no matter what, they're still doing what we all dreamt about doing. So I would say Rockies all day, even though the Savannah Bananas are the hot answer.
You know what adds to the allure of the Bananas too? You know how if there's a girl that you're like, feeling about, but if, like let's say she can sing really well, she has a talent, and that sucks you in,
Makes her even hotter.
makes her even hotter. The Savannah Bananas, don't get me wrong, they're very attractive.
Yeah.
But the
Handsome
fact,
fellas.
handsome fellas, but the fact that they can like dance and do flips and
They're
have,
fun.
have bats on fire, it's
Yeah.
like that element just makes them
They're
like
cool.
100 times more
Hey.
alluring.
Hey, baby, I can do a backflip.
Hey, on a
Exactly.
side note,
And
though-
along those lines, guys, as you're talking about this, I'm doing some random Twitter research, and a young lady posted about a banana named Jackson Olsen. Quote, just met the modern-day Prince Charming, Jackson Olsen. He's even more perfect and charming in person, and he promised me more Jonas Brothers Bananas content is coming, whatever that
You know
means.
what?
They're rock stars,
you know,
man.
You know who's not getting that attention? Hunter Goodman. And you're thinking, who's Hunter Goodman?
Who?
The guy with the highest batting average and most home runs on the Rockies with a 265 batting average and 7 home runs.
265 nowadays is like 330. So that's not too bad.
So answer the question, Isaac Lowenkron, would you rather be, money aside, a banana or a Rocky?
I'd rather be a banana than a Rocky, and we did not arrange this before, but for reference, Jackson Olsen, I'm looking at it right now, has 4 times more X followers than Hunter Goodman. Not making that up.
Which matters in today's world. I know there's a lot of people like, who cares? Hey, people care. 60-something thousand people are going to see him. They sold out Anaheim this weekend. The great Hambino, the Sultan of SWAT.
So you say Rocky. Isaac
I
says
say
banana.
Rocky.
Danny G, what says you?
I'm with Covino. I would go Rocky.
Isaac Lowenkron and me are on the same page because I rather be a Savannah Banana.
For real, dude?
Yeah, for real.
No, for real.
We get their peel.
Good one.
My wife lives in town with a banana.
Well, Rich loves karaoke, so there
Oh, hold on
in
now.
itself
I like-
is.
I like
we
putting
knew
on-
his answer
I
would
like-
be a banana.
Putting on a show, and I feel
Yeah.
like this is a
Loves
show.
tap dancing.
Oh, they're putting on a show. And you know what? I went to the Yankee game yesterday, and it was a great game against the Dodgers. You know what I like? They're doing something. I'd never seen this before, Danny. You probably saw it. It was called Cardio Cam. You know how every stadium does the Great City
Yes.
Subway Race or the Sausage Race or Kiss Cam? They did Cardio Cam, and they had all these little fat Vato kids running as fast as they could in place, and they were going around the stadium. It was so much fun, dude.
Yeah,
I was
and
dying.
And you're trying to put that up against the
No,
Savannah Bananas?
but I was telling my girlfriend, like, oh, that's funny. She's like, why don't they have cheerleaders? I'm like, why would they have cheerleaders? And she goes, well, I don't know. Entertainment factor. It's a ball game. People are here
And
having
there's-
fun.
And there's 50,000 men. I don't know.
No, and she's looking at all the Japanese advertisements at Dodger Stadium. They have cheerleaders in Japan. She's like, maybe they would do that, just make it more entertaining, like the Savannah Bananas, and like they do in Japan. I'm like, Well, you know what? Maybe based on all the popularity the Savannah Bananas have given and how good that is for baseball, I imagine, because little kids are like, oh, the Bananas. They're going to get into baseball, I hope, as a result. Maybe baseball, MLB takes a page, whatever it is, but takes a page for the entertainment value of the game.
You know,
I don't know what that is, but maybe they do learn something from it because there's a lot of people showing up.
You know who was down in Anaheim?
Who?
Not at the Yankees-Dodgers, at the Bananas game.
Oh, I know.
Our buddy Coach Ballgame.
Coach Ballgame,
Who's getting all these kids involved in the game. Sam, what is your answer? Would you rather be a Rocky or a Banana?
I would rather be a Rocky. I think, if you don't have the pitching to be a good team or even a decent team, but every game you can go to the plate and you can try to get hits, you can try to get runs, and maybe eke out a couple of wins. This isn't football
but
where you make...
I'm saying if money's not a factor.
Right.
If you could show up to the ballpark every night and play with 60,000 people, music's playing, cheerleaders, bats on fire, stunts, all the stuff, versus... Well, the Rockies are 9-50.
Well, what it is, really.
Back to Coors
But I'm
Field.
saying is you have the chance to probably eke out a couple more wins for the Rockies, and
What does that
you're
mean?
still a big leaguer. You're
Right.
a big league, and your career is not going to be defined just this one year.
It's a matter of how much that means to you because if you're going to compare fun to misery, you can't even compare the two. Look how much fun the Bananas are having and how miserable do you think the Rockies
I mean, the
are?
Rockies.
It's fun being a banana, but would a Rocky switch places with a banana?
Nah, never.
No. But a banana would switch places with a Rocky.
You know why, though? Money only.
Or, again, dream come true.
Money only.
They're
Because
not good enough.
No.
They weren't
I'll
good
tell you
enough.
why money only. Because the goal is to play baseball professionally and you play the game you love, a children's game that you get paid for. What do you rather do? Have fun or be on a dreadfully worst team in the history of baseball?
Yeah, I'm sure tension's high in Colorado, but I'm keeping my answer, which is Colorado Rocky. They're 9-50 right now.
But tell me, give me a reason other than the money. Pride? But what does that even mean?
Because you're playing with the best, and that was the goal, to make it to the big leagues. You made it.
But your
even
day
though-
in and day out is fun versus not.
I know. I mean, you asked me for my answer. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. That's my
You'd rather
answer.
have way less fun just to be like, I'm a big leaguer.
Yeah, that was the goal. Was your goal to
All right,
pitch on stilts?
What if I told you you're the main Savannah Banana, you make $5 million a year versus you're a middle
No,
infielder?
money was not a factor.
No, but let's say money was a factor and it was equal money. And all of a sudden the Bananas were making as much.
There's credibility and clout in being a big leaguer.
I think that makes the conversation different.
Yeah.
Oh, it does?
Of course it does.
So if money didn't play a factor in the beginning, why am I saying now when the Bananas make money, you're like, well, now, hold on now.
I'm not changing my argument, but we do open it up to Fox Sports Radio Nation.
It's a changing world,
No,
guys.
I'm not saying one way or the other, Rich. I'm just saying you said no money involved in this scenario.
I'm
That's
saying
all.
the only reason why most people would say, well, still the Rockies, because even if you're a bunk-ass Rockies player, you're still making millions.
No, in my mind, I'm thinking you just get to hear your name announced and you walk up to bat in a major league game in a beautiful stadium. I know they're losing, but have you ever...
With 2,000 people there.
Versus
not if you're playing-
not if you're playing your Mets.
60,000
Oh,
people.
okay,
you know?
Rich, but let me tell you this. When we go do remotes, we do the same exact show, whether there's 10 or 200. So that doesn't change our experience.
No, I have a way better time with the 200.
Hey, well, what do you think? I think that honestly,
it doesn't make the experience any less beautiful, though, if that's your dream to get to the big time.
I think it would be 80-20. That would be my guess. We should put up a poll, foxsportsradio.com. Honestly, we're coming off a pretty significant weekend. Yankees, Dodgers.
Yeah.
And Rich isn't that far off in saying that there was so much buzz. And just check social media.
Yeah,
on the Savannah Bananas.
Rich, I
in
think the
Anaheim.
listeners are going to agree with you because of
I
the
don't think
fun.
so.
I think because of the fun aspect, a lot of people
So
will
many
click
people
on the bananas.
So many people, listen, would be
I think
bored.
80% of the Fox Sports listeners would be like, yeah, I'd rather be in the big leagues. Give me a break. Bananas.
You're choosing prestige over popularity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's every kid's dream to play in the big leagues.
Yeah, but I'll give you this.
Every kid. Was your dream to play for the Bananas? Get out of my face.
They didn't exist.
Yeah, because, and I still wouldn't think that. If you ask kids, I think it would be different. If you asked a kid, kids now are like, yo, man, these guys are awesome.
I talked to one of the parents at the school this morning. Hey, how was your weekend? We took the kids down to Anaheim, went to see the Savannah Bananas. And I said, how was it? You know what the dad told me?
Mm-hmm.
He goes, I'll be honest. It's going to be tough to bring them to a Dodgers game now because there's so much excitement
I
every
believe that.
inning, music, fire,
I believe that.
cheerleaders,
No,
dancing.
I don't
that
know
that
about
he goes
that.
to get my little boys to be as engaged as the Savannah Banana
Dodger
game.
Stadium is loud and fast moving.
That cardio cam was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they got to take
guys,
some of that
hey guys,
showmanship.
guess which hat the ball's under?
That's not the only form of. I mean, they roll Ice Cube out in a lowrider.
During the World Series.
Not just the World Series, home opener, and there's lots of big popular giveaway nights at the stadium. That stadium is rocking.
I think for a lot of people listening right
Hey,
now,
who can name more candies? You or Max Muncy? Go to the big screen.
You're talking like
Skittles,
it's like a boring baseball team in the 1970s.
I think there's a lot of people listening probably right now that are shocked by the popularity of the Bananas. Not everybody lives a social media world that we live or has kids that are in tune with this stuff. So we're just telling you, they're the modern day Globetrotters, guys. And what we say is true, man. This is a real thing they got going on. I'm amazed by what they've accomplished in such a short period of time.
I have a question.
think it's an incredible story. I'm a fan of what they do, but I would still pick the big leagues over that.
I have two thoughts. Go ahead, Spotty.
Think of how the world has changed, though.
Okay.
It's changing. Okay,
in
Billy
order,
Madison.
right? In order to be popular, let's say, even like 20 years ago, you used to have to be either a movie star, a musician, or maybe even on TV. Barely on TV. Now,
Kill somebody.
now,
or a morning show DJ.
right? Or a morning show DJ.
Yeah, like Jack the
Now
Wax.
it's like if you're an influencer, you can be more popular than a person that's in a blockbuster movie over the weekend.
Yeah.
So it's like the times they are changing. I know baseball has made efforts to be a little bit more exciting.
Well, you asked me. I'm in my 40s. If you ask a 10-year-old nose picker, I don't know if that's who you're talking to, but if you ask a 10-year-old, they may have a different answer, like Rich. I'm not going to change my mind.
Two layers. Number one, what's the most popular form of boxing now? You could deny it. You could be like this weekend, Covino goes, yo, did you see who Charlo fought? Who fought?
Caleb Plant.
Caleb Plant.
Well, Charlo won. Caleb Plant lost.
Yeah. Guess what? More
Charo
people-
was fighting?
Yeah, Charo.
Charo?
From the 80s.
From the 80s? The
Yes.
That's elder abuse.
Charlo, Caleb Plant. But guess what people are more talking about? Jake Paul fighting Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
Numbskulls, ninnies, whatever, man.
then-
If that's the world you want to live in, then go right ahead.
Wrap it up by answering this question. We'll take your feedback next. If you were offered today, Steve Covino,
Yes.
to throw out the first pitch at the Savannah Bananas game or a Colorado Rockies
This is
game.
the easiest answer in the world. Colorado Rockies.
Are you serious?
You're talking to a guy in his 40s. I'm not 10 years old.
You would? All right.
Yes, that's Major League Baseball.
So you're telling me.
You know the logo MLB? I appreciate everything the Bananas do, but I'm not trying to be a circus star.
Are you serious right now?
Yes, 100%.
So you would go-
I'd be honored. I would have a great time. That's not to downplay the Savannah Bananas. I admire everything they do, but we're
packed-
talking big league baseball. Yes. Get out of here, man. That's so
packed-
cool.
A packed stadium with hydro.
I don't care about that. I would love to be a part of it. I'm not trying to downplay it. In fact, like I said, I often promote the Savannah Bananas, but that's not Major League Baseball.
All right. Hey, what's
It's
that
gimmicks
Yeah.
versus
It's like
big league game.
It's like playing flag football. A little bit.
Well, you know what? We'll take your feedback next. Would you rather be a
You
Rocky?
made a great argument,
Would you
Rich.
rather be a Rocky or Banana? Your thoughts, and we are going to get to the NBA. Is it going to be the most uneventful NBA Finals of the 21st century? Could it be? We'll get to
No.
that. We say farewell to NBA on TNT. We saw that emotional little display over the weekend. So we got a lot to get to. Covino and Rich right here on Fox Sports Radio.
The NBA Finals are finally here, and this is your last shot to win some real cash before the season ends. The simplest way to get on the action, download the Pick 6 app from DraftKings.
I love this, but I hate you idiots. You know why?
We hate you
because
too.
I miss my pick 6 by 1 every time, and it's always like, because Covino's like, Brunson under, and I'm like, oh, yeah, thanks, Covino. This pick 6 is so fun with DraftKings. Honestly, I don't know how you wouldn't want to do it. It's crazy simple. You pick more or less of a stat for 2 or more of your favorite players, and boom, you're in the mix for big cash prizes.
Nail your picks, and you're heating up. Pick 6 brings upside with payouts up to 500 times. Ready to make your finals run?
Yeah, just don't take advice from Covino.
Hey.
New DraftKings Pick 6 customers, you could toss in $5 on your first entry. You get 50 in bonus picks instantly.
That's code CRSHOW. New customers play $5 and get $50 in bonus picks instantly. Ride the upside only on DraftKings Pick 6. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org in Connecticut. Must be 18 plus. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Pick 6 not available everywhere, including New York and Ontario. Void where prohibited. 1 per new customer. Bonus awarded as non-withdrawable Pick 6 bonus picks that expire in 14 days. Limited time offer. Terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
Wake up, it's 2 pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio.
You ready? Yes!
I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the odd couple. You know what time it is. Let's get it.
Fox Sports Radio. Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game. Fox Sports Radio is the #1 sports audio network.
Diverse, fun, entertaining, and driven by the big sports topics of the day.
They had to bolster the offensive line, which they did.
That game was incredible. You are wrong.
The passion and emotional, the visceral connection is so much greater in radio than anything else available today.
We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all so. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
I'm your favorite fan.
Thank you.
Love you. You're very talented. You're the best.
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Great show.
Thank you, Joe. You sound like Joe Pesci.
How am I funny to you?
I can't help but notice that the W-2s for the quarterback look a lot higher.
That's because we're worth it. You gotta be kidding.
He never was an elite quarterback.
Unbelievable.
Yes!
LeBron James is a legend.
No, he's not. He complains all the time.
You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. Wrong. Wrong.
For 25 years, Fox Sports Radio has dominated the sports audio landscape with the biggest talent and the best programming available.
We talk sports and we have fun doing it. We talk about life.
Sports radio is where you go after the games are over, and then the discussion begins.
If the Chiefs win.
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
It is live. It is unscripted. No other medium can touch that.
And that's what makes it special. Yes.
Who wants that?
Bigger, bolder, better. We are Fox Sports Radio.
Yeah.
Wake up, it's 2 pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio.
You ready? Yes.
I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the odd couple. You know what time it is. Let's get it.
Fox Sports Radio. Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game. Fox Sports Radio is the #1 sports audio network.
Diverse, fun, entertaining, and driven by the big sports topics of the day.
They had to bolster the offensive line, which they did.
That game was incredible. You are wrong.
The passion and emotional, the visceral connection is so much greater in radio than anything else available today.
We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all so. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
I'm your favorite fan.
Thank you.
Love you. You're very talented. You're the best.
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Great show.
Thank you, Joe. You sound like Joe Pesci.
How am I funny to you?
I can't help but notice that the W-2s for the quarterback look a lot higher.
That's because we're worth it. You gotta be kidding.
He never was an elite quarterback.
Unbelievable.
Yes!
LeBron James is a legend.
No, he's not. He complains all the time.
You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. Wrong. Wrong.
For 25 years, Fox Sports Radio has dominated the sports audio landscape with the biggest talent and the best programming available.
We talk sports and we have fun doing it. We talk about life.
Sports radio is where you go after the games are over, and then the discussion begins.
If the Chiefs win.
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
It is live. It is unscripted. No other medium can touch that.
And that's what makes it special. Yes.
Who wants some?
Bigger, bolder, better. We are Fox Sports Radio.
Yeah.
Wake up, it's two pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio. You ready? Yes.
I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the odd couple. You know what time it is. Let's get it.
Fox Sports Radio. Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game. Fox Sports Radio is the #1 sports audio network.
Diverse, fun, entertaining, and driven by the big sports topics of the day.
They had to bolster the offensive line, which they did.
That game was incredible. You are wrong.
The passion and emotional, the visceral connection is so much greater in radio than anything else available today.
We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all so. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
I'm your favorite fan.
Thank
I
you.
love you. You're very talented. You're the best. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Great show.
Thank you, Jim. You sound like Joe Pesci.
How am I funny to you?
I can't help but notice that the W-2s for the quarterback look a lot higher.
That's because we're worth it.
You gotta be kidding! He never was an elite quarterback.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
Hey, the 9-50 Colorado Rockies. How exciting.
Welcome back to the CNR on FSR Experience, the world-famous COVINO and Rich show. Again, partying June 20th, 21st, 22nd in Vegas.
Are you going to bring the party like a Savannah Banana or a Colorado Rocky?
Well,
I mean, it's a good question.
I'll explain my answer again. But again, we're COVINO and Rich. Hope to see you in Vegas. Details at COVINO and Rich. Check our X page and everything at Fox Sports Radio. We're live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. We're going to get to the last one standing, giving away prizes. We do it every Monday. Plus,
Oh, boy.
we got to talk about Livy Dunn and other things, the NBA. But speaking of, hope you had a Pacers sort of weekend. Excited for this Thursday. Pacers, Thunder. Hope you had a Resendiz sort of weekend. Resendiz huevos. Resendiz over Caleb Plant. Hope you enjoyed the fights.
Who's your favorite boxer? You should use that one now.
Resendiz huevos. Yeah. And now back to your phone calls. 877-99 on Fox. Over the weekend, a World Series rematch. I went to yesterday's game. I had a great time. But you know what it does lack? And baseball's popping. You know we're big baseball fans.
Baseball's definitely popping.
Baseball.
But it does lack entertainment factor. It does. Showmanship. And that's where the Savannah Bananas are really slaying it.
Yeah.
Really doing a great job. So I commend them. But based on their appearance here in L.A., in Anaheim, actually, over the weekend.
My point was over the weekend, I heard equal number of people buzzing about, hey, the Savannah Bananas are down in Anaheim. They sold the place out. It's nuts. It's crazy. That as many people were talking about that as the Dodgers Yankees, which was like a little note. I was like,
So Rich is saying, would you rather have fun with the Bananas who are selling out 60,000 plus? Everybody's loving them. Women love them. Families love them. They're having a blast. Or would you have a miserable time?
You're also out, though, if you pop up and a fan catches it.
That's true.
That's
that
fun.
Sucks. Or would you rather have a miserable time losing, but you're in the bigs with the Rockies who are 9-50 right now?
And the rub was take away money because you can't be like, well, I want to be a big leaguer, the money. If the Rockies didn't make a lot of money or the Bananas were all millionaires too, then the conversation's different. But we're taking away money.
So Mike, who runs this place, came in.
Yeah. Who?
Mike, just a little while ago. The guy that was just here.
Never heard of him.
Basically what you're asking is, would you rather be a WWE champion or a gold medal winner in wrestling?
I'm glad you said that.
Gold medal winner in wrestling.
You rather be Gino Petrovillo?
Yeah.
From Georgia by Russia?
Yeah, because you know what?
Instead of John Cena.
I could easily explain this. If money's not a factor, I'm more into real winning than pretend winning. Thank you.
You know what? Hit the Kurt Angle theme because he was both.
Yes.
I think this is fair to say when I think of Steve Covino and your take on this. You suck.
Why? Because I choose to be a professional and not a circus
suck.
clown? I don't know.
Covino sucks.
I don't think I'm alone here.
You suck.
I think more people would choose the big leagues than the Savannah Bananas, and I say that respectfully.
Let's go to Trip in Vegas. I'm just saying, money aside, there's something really fun, exciting about going to work every day as a Savannah
Trip,
Banana.
let's go to Trip. Trip, are you into real winning or pretend winning?
Oh, stop it.
No, absolutely would want to be a Rocky, and here's why. If you're a Rocky, you could always be a Savannah Banana, but it doesn't go the other way around. And also, I'd much rather be the WWE champion than a gold medal winner.
See, so you're mixed on it, right?
Okay, but if you're a Rocky, right, you can always be traded.
Who's cooler?
And you're playing with the best in the world, dude. No one can ever take that away from you. You have a baseball reference.
Some gold medal winning grappler or, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Who's cooler?
A gold medal winner, man, you go down in history, dude. You leave your mark. That's
You know
awesome.
who else does? Stone Cold Steve Austin, one of the greatest entertainers. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Hulk Hogan. Come on.
Again, but one's real, one's pretend.
Who cares?
Rich, since 1876, there's been 20,000 Major League ball players. Think about that.
And only 47 bananas. No, I don't know.
That's not a good
Hey,
comparison.
listen, Rich is a clown. His uncle was Bozo. Rich is a clown, so it's no surprise that he would want to be the Savannah Banana.
Do you rather be a bench player on the do you rather be a bench player on like the Milwaukee Bucks in the 80s, or do you rather be Curly Neal, the most famous Globetrotter? I'd rather be Curly Neal.
In the 80s, would you have rather been Michael Jackson or Weird Al Yankovic?
See, but
Eat
Weird
it
Al,
or beat it?
No.
Yeah, because the Savannahs are eat it.
Because Michael Jackson.
They're the comedy version of the real thing.
Ding dong, man. Ding dong.
But Danny, give me someone that's not one of the greatest 3 entertainers of all time. If you told me, do I rather be Weird Al or, I don't know, give me a real performer. Flock of Seagulls? I'd rather
Yitzhak
be Weird Al.
Perlman.
They're pros,
Yitzhak
though.
Perlman, the violinist.
Yes.
Would you rather be Yitzhak
No,
Perlman?
that's not a good
Yo-Yo
comparison.
Ma? Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Hey, guys, fight nice, man. We're supposed to be having fun, like the Bananas.
Sean in Sacramento, do you rather be a banana or a Rocky?
Yo,
What's
my
up?
Banana Bros, man.
It was a big weekend for the Bananas, man.
I don't know. Is Covino in your Banana Bro posse?
It's a huge weekend, man. And Rich, I gotta give it to you, man. I was just telling Daddy G, you got me stirred up on this topic, bro. So I'm glad you took that sativa edible earlier and you had this whole conversation with yourself. But I can't agree with you on this one, man. It feels like, the guy who plays baseball wants to end up a Rocky because he knows, to Covino's point, he knows he's playing against the best in the world. He reached his dream goal. And I bet you there's a couple of Savannah Bananas right now who are tired of hitting the gritty from first to second, who are tired of hitting the cha-cha slide in between innings, and are
not being
scared of playing
taken
the
serious.
bat, man.
Yo, dude,
Exactly.
you know what?
That's a great point.
Sean, you just hit the nail on the head. Ready? Here's why I'm right. I said before, I'm into real winning, not pretend winning, right? And that's no disrespect. I admire what they're doing. I can't make that any more clear. But I guarantee you, I George Foreman guarantee, the highest form of sports guarantee there is. I George Foreman guarantee you that every Savannah Banana would trade places to be in the big leagues. Every one of them.
For the
And
money,
right there
though.
is the proof.
For the money.
No, for the dream. They all wanted to play in the big leagues, but they weren't good enough.
But right now, there's a layer of social media entertainment selling out arenas, stadiums everywhere. The Savannah Bananas are hot right now. And, I want to give one quick music analogy, and then we'll go to Isaac for an update. You rather be the authentic rocker that plays in front of 13 people at a club instead of the rocker that's like, hey, we're going to give you a pop image, and he's playing SoFi.
They're so hot right now.
Think about it.
Think about it.
We'll get to the rest of your feedback and other hard-hitting issues here on the CNR Experience. But
Isaac-
first, Isaac.
The guy's the best.
Hold
What's
on,
up?
I got 2 theories on this. This is really interesting.
Right?
The other part of the question is, would the Rockies want to trade places with the Bananas?
Never.
I mean,
If money wasn't a thing and you see how much fun people are having, we forget, man. Sometimes you see someone, you think they're living the greatest life, but they're having a boring life, right?
I'm just saying. There you go. It speaks to something I think all of us, and I include the listeners, can identify with. Would you go to a high-paying job that sucks the soul out of you, but you get a humongous, ginormous paycheck, or a considerably less paycheck, but you love your coworkers, you have fun.
Dude, one of the dudes, one of the coaches.
that's what's going on, you're right.
One of the dads on my kid's baseball team, I don't call him out, but he's a surgeon. Guy probably has a beautiful house, makes a ton of money, but the guy is the most stressed, tired guy. He looks miserable all the time. Do you want to be that guy?
Anyway, back to you.
I want to be a banana.
Like I said, there are bigger societal issues at play. Well, perhaps maybe in the grand scheme of things, Frank Ragnow is going to become a Savannah Banana, because today the Detroit Lions 4-time Pro Bowl center announced his retirement. Ragnow, 29 years old only, played 7 seasons in the league, but posted on Instagram, "I've tried to convince myself that I'm feeling good, but I'm not, and it's time to prioritize my health and my family's future." Elsewhere, New England Patriots receiver Stephon Diggs, who apparently enjoys catching passes on land and at sea, was back at their OTA practice today after being absent all last week. I wonder what he spent that time doing.
Crystal light. It was crystal light.
Okay, I'll just take your word for it. In the NBA, ESPN reported the Phoenix Suns have narrowed their head coaching search down to 2 Cleveland Cavaliers assistant coaches, Johnny Bryant and Jordan Ott. And finally, Front Office Sports reports that the Professional Track and Field League Grand Slam Track is launching an investigation into a fan who said he heckled sprinter Gabby Thomas at a meet in Philadelphia over the weekend in order for his parlays to hit. The gentleman, who goes by the handle Mr. 100K a day, posted on social media, quote, "I made Gabby lose by heckling her, and it made my parlay win." Ooh. He then posted a video of himself heckling Thomas by calling her a choke artist, among other things. Back to you guys.
Reminds me of you jackass.
By the way, speaking of which, the trailer for the second Happy Gilmore movie came out today. All right, hey, we got
Isaac.
more COVINO Rich. Thank you, Isaac. We'll get more of your feedback. We'll talk some NBA, and of course, Livy Dunn in the news, and Paul Skeens. We'll get to that right here on CNR.
So, Travis Matthew, am I right?
Well, don't be jealous. Don't be jealous of my sweet Mets Travis Matthew shirt I'm wearing.
Everything's sweet about that shirt except for the Mets logo. But the MLB collection is where it's at. How about the footwear, too? I got those hybrid bad boys. Enhance every stride. Built for going further. Greatness from the ground up. Discover the perfect pair of shoes for any adventure with Travis Matthew footwear.
It says here Travis Matthew loves when Covino calls the shoes the hybrid bad boys.
Covino endorsed the hybrid bad boys. Yeah, your feet will thank you. Our new lineup offers unparalleled comfort, style, and performance. Whether you're hitting the gym, playing around, or exploring the city, they got the perfect pair of shoes for you to elevate your look and your step. And like I said, I know from experience, dude, the ones I have are super sweet. I got these like real nice green colored ones.
Well, whether it's T-shirts, I got the featherweight jeans on today. So everything they got at Travis Matthew, top notch. So visit TravisMatthew.com right now, and you're going to get 20% off when you sign up for that email. So again, TravisMatthew.com right now. Sign up for the email, 20% off.
Wake up, it's 2 pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio.
You ready? Yes.
I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the odd couple. You know what time it is. Let's get it.
Fox Sports Radio. Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game. Fox Sports Radio is the #1 sports audio network.
Diverse, fun, entertaining, and driven by the big sports topics of the day.
They had to bolster the offensive line, which they did.
That game was incredible. You are wrong.
The passion and emotional, the visceral connection is so much greater in radio than anything else available today.
We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all so. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
I'm your favorite fan.
Thank
I
you.
love you. You're very talented. You're the best.
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Great show.
Thank you, Jim. You sound like Joe Pesci.
How am I funny to you?
I can't help but notice that the W-2s for the quarterback look a lot higher.
That's because we're worth it.
You gotta be kidding. He never was an elite quarterback.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
LeBron James is a legend.
No, he's not. He complains all the time.
You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. Wrong. Wrong.
For 25 years, Fox Sports Radio has dominated the sports audio landscape with the biggest talent and the best programming available.
We talk sports and we have fun doing it. We talk about life.
Sports radio is where you go after the games are over, and then the discussion begins.
If the Chiefs win,
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
It is live. It is unscripted. No other medium can touch that.
And that's what makes it special.
Yes.
Who wants that?
Bigger, bolder, better. We are Fox Sports Radio.
Yeah.
Wake up, it's two pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio.
You ready? Yes.
I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the odd couple. You know what time it is. Let's get it.
Fox Sports Radio. Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game. Fox Sports Radio is the #1 sports audio network.
Diverse, fun, entertaining, and driven by the big sports topics of the day.
They had to bolster the offensive line, which they did.
That game was incredible. You are wrong.
The passion and emotional, the visceral connection is so much greater in radio than anything else available today.
We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all so. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
I'm your favorite fan.
Thank
I
you.
love you. You're very talented. You're the best.
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Great show.
Thank you, Jim. You sound like Joe Pesci.
How am I funny to you?
I can't help but notice that the W-2s for the quarterback look a lot higher.
That's because we're worth it.
You gotta be kidding. He never was an elite quarterback.
Unbelievable.
yes.
LeBron James is a legend.
No, he's not. He complains all the time.
You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. Wrong. Wrong.
For 25 years, Fox Sports Radio has dominated the sports audio landscape with the biggest talent and the best programming available.
We talk sports and we have fun doing it. We talk about life.
Sports radio is where you go after the games are over, and then the discussion begins.
If the Chiefs win,
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
It is live. It is unscripted. No other medium can touch that.
And that's what makes it special.
Yes.
Who wants that?
Bigger, bold.
This is the only way Rich knows how to spell bananas, by the way. True story. Rich adds with his fingers, and he spells bananas in Gwen Stefani form. Covino and Rich.
Sounds like a lot more fun than Rocky Mountain High. I mean, you could be a Rocky, I'll be a banana all day. The end.
We're live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. Now it's time for our tire rack play of the day. The Mariners walked it off against the Twins yesterday.
1-1 tie, bottom of the ninth inning. The stretch, the 2-1 pitch, swinging a ground ball, up the middle, base hit. The Mariners win it. Randy Arozarena jumps on first base. A walk-off single. Julio scores, and the Mariners win it 2-1 over the Minnesota Twins.
Seattle now sitting atop the AL West, 32-26, courtesy of the Mariners Radio Network. And that's our Tire Rack play of the day.
You realize that's not a Savannah Bananas highlight, right? It's an MLB highlight.
I mean, if you want the truth, there was probably something more exciting that happened at the Bananas game.
For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find. Why don't you go do some Bananas radio then? Customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. Thanks again to Tire Rack, TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. And there's another Randy in Seattle. Randy Johnson. Perhaps you heard of him.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Randy Watson.
No, Randy Johnson.
Randy Watson.
They're retiring as number 51 in 2026.
Yeah, they
so
just announced it.
Quite the honor and well-deserved and long overdue, if you ask me. Randy Johnson.
Great mullet.
Great mullet, great baseball name.
Bird killer. I'm not even joking. That was a great walk-off. Arozarena, one of the best in the bigs.
Is he the best Randy?
But the reality is, a bigger moment this weekend, to wrap it up, was
Hambino.
The great Hambino, Patrick Renna from the Sandlot.
I will
getting an at-bat for the Savannah Bananas.
I'm not going to downplay the amount of pressure he probably had on him to make contact in that moment. I thought that was big, and he's a real good dude. I'm glad he had that awesome moment.
Well, anyway, hey, enjoy both. As you said, as a little tortilla girl said, and Steve Covino, the grown tortilla boy. Crunchy or soft tortilla. Why not both?
Why not both?
So you can love the Bananas and the Rockies. Baseball is popping right now because not only are the Savannah Bananas popping, I was looking at the NL standings, and I don't care about your Yankees in the AL. The NL right now, Danny G, could it get hotter than Dodgers, Padres, Mets, Phillies, and the Cubs are right back in the mix? They're all like practically have the same record.
It's a logjam.
Dude, it's a logjam in the best way that if you're a baseball fan, come October, knock on wood, I hope we get all those teams going 5 or 7 games, right? Dodgers,
Don't sleep on the
Mets.
Cardinals. Did you say the Cardinals?
Cardinals are hot, too. They're going to be a wild card possibly,
They're
right? They might be
only
that.
4 games behind the Cubs. So they're up there.
By the way, as far as the right market teams, no offense to the smaller market teams, but if you told me the NL was going to be Mets, Phillies, Dodgers, Padres, Cubs, Cardinals, that is like that's like the dream that Rob Manfred has every night when he goes to bed.
Well, I
right?
had a nightmare watching the Yankees lose to the Dodgers, and what I have learned from watching that is that
Shohei was thinking of sugar plums in his sleep.
No, but what I learned watching them
Ohtani.
closely is that they're just so impossible to beat, I think, even with their worst out there. They had no ace on the mound. They had no Mookie Betts. He stubbed his toe or whatever.
Well,
they're the team to beat, man. They're so good.
We'll see how the Metsies do this week because the Mets won 2 out of 3 in New York, and now they play the next 4 days.
They're so good. It's
here
ridiculous.
at Dodger Stadium. So as a Mets fan, Danny, I'm hoping for a split. Like there's no, if you could beat the Dodgers,
A banana split.
In fact, there you go. Thank you, Ira Sam.
Thank you, Sam.
NBA, we'll get to that next. Your thoughts on the finals and a bunch coming up right here. Fox Sports Radio. Hang tight.